Hello everyone, I just thought I'd give my opinion on the election results. Well, it looks like we've got some good news and we've got some bad news. The good news is McCain lost. The bad news is Obama won. And once again, the big losers are the American people. For another 4 years, we're going to have government get bigger and bigger. We're going to have government get more and more intrusive into our lives. We're still going to have our troops in over 100 countries. We're still going to have the inflation tax eating into our savings and making our paychecks not go as far. So I tell you what, if you're one of those Obama people who's been annoying me for months about how Obama's going to do change and have all this change, and there's all this change that's coming in, change, tell you what, come back to this video in 2 years' time, right after Election Day in 2010, come into the comments and comment on what the change has actually been. My prediction is about the only change you're going to see is you're going to see the economy get better. But that's what the economy does. It gets worse, it gets better, it gets worse, it gets better. And the president doesn't really have anything to do with that. You know, you had the 70s, you had the supply shock in oil, and Nixon didn't help that with the wage and price freeze. Carter kind of bore the brunt of that during his presidency with the double-digit inflation and so on. Reagan showed up after that, and he just happened to be president during a time of prosperity. And then, of course, as it always happens, the economy goes into a little bit of a downturn, as it did during the first Bush administration. So people voted him out, voted Clinton in, and Clinton, again, just happened to be president during a time when we were more prosperous. And then he got voted out, and now the economy's in the tank again. And you can see my other videos for why that's happening and what's going on there. But it'll recover. It won't last forever. Government seems to be pretty good at extending the amount of time these recessions last, but it doesn't really have anything to do with the recovery. And it can't stop the recovery either. The recovery is going to happen. The economy is going to get better. It may get worse before it gets better. I don't know. I can't predict the future, but at some point, it will get better, and probably 2 years from now, the economy will be a lot better, and my prediction is we'll have all these Obama people in. See, if you'd elected McCain, the exact same thing would have happened. The president does not create jobs. The president does not manage the economy. The president does not have the power to do any of that. No one does. Now, there are a couple of things to note as far as my home state is concerned of North Carolina. First of all, it looks like Obama has taken the state. Na, we're now a blue state, we're now a blue state, we're now a blue state, neener. So all you people, I don't want to hear any more about, rednecks, religious North Carolina red staters. Like I pointed out in another video, we've had a Democrat governor, and we have now, because Bev Perdue was elected governor. We've got a Democrat senator now, because Kay Hagan just beat Elizabeth Dole. So, you know, we're not a red state. We voted for Bush a couple of times. We had a couple of Republican senators. Most of the state has been at least half Democrats. So hopefully we won't hear any more about that anymore. But here's the interesting thing. Obama's votes in North Carolina totaled 2,110,285. McCain's total was 2,098,595. That's a difference of 11,690 votes. Okay, 11,690. Bob Barr, the Libertarian candidate and the only other candidate on the ballot in North Carolina, got 25,293 votes, more than twice as much. Neener, we spoiled it for McCain. We took votes from McCain. We're now a blue state. Neener, we spoiled it for McCain. Oh, all you Obama people, you're welcome. Those of you who are saying third-party votes don't make a difference, well, it really doesn't. The way this usually goes is they find out that with the Libertarian candidate, they take 1/3 of their votes from the Republican side, 1/3 from the Democrat, and the other third are from people who wouldn't have voted at all. So you knock those out, you divide the others evenly between the two, and it's still, I mean, it's so close, it probably could have swung it one way or another, but there's no way to tell. It might have made Obama's margin bigger. You don't know. There's no way to tell. There is one thing where we definitely made a difference. Our gubernatorial candidate, Mike Munger, got over 2% of the vote, and that means we stay on the ballot. For the first time since I've been active in the party, we don't have to spend $100,000 petitioning every 4 years to get back on the ballot. We're on, so maybe now we can finally focus on getting some real races going in there and at least have, well, I mean, $100,000 isn't much compared to the big war chests that the Democrats and Republicans have, but at least we won't have to deplete it. So maybe we can start doing some real building. But anyway, that's what I have to say. That's my predictions for the next couple of years. And my predictions for the next couple of years would have been exactly the same if McCain has been elected. There's one thing that I'm not going to predict, but I am going to hope, is that 2 years from now, or 4 years from now, when the same thing is happening, when we're embroiled in another, the most important election ever, and we can't vote third party, we gotta vote for this guy to keep this other really, really terrible guy out of power, and they say it on both sides. When that happens again, I just hope the rest of us, at least the ones who have been here discussing this, have learned something and are now a little wiser.